Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to continue to work on the configurable datetime extractor. I'm still tired. That hasn't changed. I actually wanted to work on this yesterday, but I noticed a small bug and I thought, okay, I don't have that much time and to get my setup done and stuff like that. I will just do it on my own, but today I think I have a bit more time. Alright, so we are going to implement the loading of the default rules in the front end, and we already programmed something for that. And then we do the editing and adding the name and stuff. I still don't know how to actually migrate that. Maybe it's optional, but then I need, I think, a different way to handle duplicates, but I will figure that out, I guess. So, well, I could just say, okay, you can't add a new rule with the name none, but otherwise it's accepted. Anyway, let's go to our front end and check out the other branch. Default is front end and fish git check out. And how did I call that? I also accidentally pushed yesterday what we already had programmed in the last stream, so yeah, that's on me. So it's called feature config datetime. That sounds plausible. All right, and pastes. Very cool. Okay, so we now have checked out that. Will this branch even work, or do I have to merge everything in it? I don't know, actually. I guess we will just start it up. It has been a while, so, but I think the settings page didn't change, so should be fine. But it will crash on other pages, I guess. Okay, so we started our Docker container. So we now get something back if we actually load the user. And so if we go now to not React Pig. Yeah, I tried pre-React, that wasn't successful at all. Reduces and then user reducer. Okay, so we have the user details, and this information is also just in the user details, so that hasn't changed. And I think we can straight up work in layouts. Let's go to settings. So I don't think we even have to go into settings. We can just go into our component of our little settings. Config datetime, here we go. So yeah, so we have here now our state. And we don't want to use the state, obviously. We want to just have the rules, and we get them through the app dispatcher. How was it written? Like that. Oh, damn. Hopefully I don't get sick. Really not a great time for that. Let's import that. Okay, so we now want to use const, and then these guys here, and we will call this rules equals state config datetime. That would be very nice, wouldn't it? But it's in user details. Details, yes. Very cool. Property user details does not exist. Alright, it's in user details, right. And then rules is declared, but the value is never read. Okay, let's go to items. And then we will just say, alright, let's use this instead. Same goes for that here. I guess we could also just change that up to right. How would I do that? To just set the items, but also have a state. Interesting. I think the first thing we can do is just to debug it. So does this actually work? And what do we see, right? So console.log rules. Okay. Property rules does not exist on type. Okay. I mean, we know that the user has like a lot of attributes, so I don't understand what his issue is. Okay, let's see. Console, undefined, config datetime, yeah. So he's pretty sure that that's undefined. Interesting. But if we now go to the actual network tab, and then we will look at why. Sometimes it's really fast and sometimes it's just like, nah. Okay, so I think it has also something to do with Brave, because sometimes it just doesn't want to load a website, and I don't get that at all. So these here are the user self details, right? So if we go now to config datetime rules, okay, that's what we want. So and he still says that that isn't allowed. Okay, he probably just doesn't want to even do that. So we'll just do it like that. And then we will print out the user details in the console first. So let's see, console. Ooh, we have an empty JSON. But the empty JSON is empty. That's weird. I think I know why. No, I don't think we have sort types for that yet. So sometimes we are strongly typed, and if we get an error, then it will just return nothing. So that could be the reason. Alright, so fetch users details. And that's in reduces. Okay. User reducer. So it's called user self details and not user details. I don't know if user details is actually used. Weird. I have to investigate that. So let's see. Okay, and refresh. Because if we don't use it, we can just delete it. So that would be great. Okay, so let me see. And we have basically everything. So we have the config datetime rules. So I will now, let's see if this works. Config datetime rules. Okay. And it doesn't want to reload. Please reload. Okay, here we go. So now we see all of that, and then we want to parse the JSON, right? Parse string to JSON. Okay, well, that's easy. All right, let's do that. Oh, come on. Reload. Reload. All these errors are very, very unexpected token in JSON at position 0. Oh man. Yeah, so you only should yeah, that's what I want to do. Thanks. All right, oh, I don't even have a chat. God damn it, like today I'm completely all over the place. Live stream. Hey, and see, I'm live. All right, let's get this out here in a new window. Okay. Completely forgot, like one day and I don't stream and I forgot everything. Okay, let's pull this up. Awesome. So this should now work. Now we have a JSON with 4 rules and it looks exactly how I want it to look. That's very cool. So the issue we currently have is twofold. We don't have a name and we can't really sort them because of that. So I think I will just now I don't know yet. So let me see. Right. We want to set the value once when we actually load everything. We need for that a use effect, and we will depend on the dispatch, I think. Yeah, that makes sense. And we also have to define dispatch, but we can do that shortly. And we'll just say for now, okay, you're an empty array. So that can be just a JSON. Right. And then we will use the use effect to say, hey, if you haven't passed anything yet, then we still have the issue that we run into an issue when somebody deletes our rules. I don't know why you would do that, but I'm not sure yet how to solve that. Yeah. Or maybe I don't need that at all, because we will always work with the Redux store, right? Yeah, I think we will just use it like that. And if you actually want to set something, we set it in the Redux store with the dispatch. I think that's a bit cleaner. So now we will have a lot of errors, obviously. And we have to const rules. And that's that, yes. Very cool. So we now have to take these rules and add them everywhere. Rule. And what? So this is then, yes. Then we can remove a rule from the dispatch. Yeah. That's cool. I mean, on the one hand side, it doesn't really make sense to save it in the Redux store because the rule only gets applied there, but we save the information there, so that's an issue. All right, so we have, yeah, so you're definitely an any type. And we compare IDs here, so that will change. I can set that. And then rules. So this is just so that's more not remove rule, but it's like set rules, right? So something like that. Okay, very cool. Then we don't need that. Oh, okay, so that's for adding a new rule, right? So anyway, completely forgot what I did a month ago. Right, we don't need that. Only have to fill in this one function. Very cool. And again, we will set here that like that. Set rules and something like that, right? So we still have to define dispatch. can use it like that. All right, very cool. And then we will just need the set rules thing. For that, we will just go into users and say, hey, I want a new function, export function, set rules. And it's a bunch of rules, right? And then we will say, hey, all right, it's basically, and I want it to be like explicit that it needs a dispatch, because I find the other way of writing is still weird. So, hello? Come on, GitHub Copilot, I don't want to do everything myself. Yes, thanks. I could also probably just do that in the code, now that I read that. Yeah. Because that's obviously not a great function. All right, so I will just do the dispatch in there. Config datetime, dispatch set rules, and then this is just const rules equals something like that. Why didn't I? All right. I had typed it out before. Okay, very cool. So then I only need to like that. Okay. Cannot find name new items. What? Oh, alright, so I've picked that. That's then just like that. Oh no, it was something like that, right? Rules, and then the spread operator, and then item. Yes. I still got it. Okay, and then we do a dispatch here. Very cool. And that's new items. All right, this is any. Okay, cool. I will probably get rid of the any things once we have something working. So now we should see our actual rules somewhat. Probably not, because we don't have IDs and it will just define everything as undefined, but one thing at a time, right? Like, see, that's what I mean with Brave taking a long time. Like, that does not make any sense, because it's even local and stuff like that. So I will just close that, use that tab, and like, no, the server does not take that long to respond. That's complete fiction. All right. That's so annoying. So what we actually need to fix that now everything is just to set an ID, right? Because that's the only thing we really depend on. And I also think that we don't really have a way around that. Why? What the hell? Do you even do anything? Come on. Why is it constantly pending, man? Did I DDoS my own server by local hosting it? God damn it. It just doesn't respond. Alright, so that's great. Let's go to LibrePhotos Docker. I probably had to shut them down, but maybe that works. Not sure. Because I will force recreate them. That should have the same effect, I think. I read that somewhere yesterday. But I haven't actually looked for a solution yet. So, okay, that worked. I think I will still add an ID to the rule, because why not? And it's not that hard, to be honest. Like, and an ID and a name are two different things, I think. Yeah. If he has like any other suggestion on how to do it, then we can do it, but I will just do it like that. All right, so I added that. Now everything still responds. Okay, now I get an error, an actual error. That's good. So, right. Objects are not valid as a React child if you meant to render. Yeah, okay. That's great. So the issue we now have is that he doesn't find an ID, and we now somehow have to change all the needed keys in the backend from the user. So that's kind of hard, but I think we can do it by adding a new migration. Migration, Django, set field. So my idea on how to fix this is by first off using it like this. So we'll just copy and paste that, rename that, and then 19 change. Yes. Then we will say, okay, we depend on 18 and okay. And now I just want that on startup that it overrides all values. No. What? No, I will not do that. That's stupid. Then I will rather fetch from the backend or discard every rule that doesn't have an ID or something like that. You can simply add the field to the model and call Python 3 manage. Right, so he doesn't want to do that. That's not great. Then I will just add IDs, I guess, and then I will remove them again. So let's go to config datetime. So we now have our rules, and now we have to make sure Right. So does index even work like that? I don't know. But maybe. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, now it continues to not wanting to load. Let's see. Brave, why? Just load the goddamn page. Jesus Christ. I mean, it's like a really simple change, and sometimes it just says like, nah man, I want to load real slow. Oh no, my live stream window is missing again. Alright, here we go. And I think my setup is also kind of janky. Look, I have all the time in the world. I can just resize my window until it finished loading. Oh man. It now has taken like 30 seconds. That's ridiculous. Maybe if I open another browser? Firefox. Okay, now that I open up Firefox it loads. Come on. Are you serious? Okay, let's go to settings. And it still crashes, why? Objects are not valid as a React child. If you meant to render a collection of children, use an array instead. Alright, let's see. So I think I will just check if the rules actually have passed. So that's, I think, a good idea. So let's see, reload. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's go here. One, two. That's ridiculous. Okay, and it crashed, and it's still loading on Brave. Yeah, not sure what's happening to Brave, man. Like, it used to be very fast, but now it's not. Okay, so we have objects are not valid, but I want to see my... Oh no, I missed it. So it is an array, right? And we have IDs, so that's good too. I still don't get that. Okay, the error happens in line 44. So it happens here. I do not get that. So let's see. Console.log. And then props.item. I don't get why it's complaining, right? So that's my issue right now. So what the hell? Okay, and now it crashed. Amazing. But I want to see. So we now have an actual rule here, right? And the params, stuff like that. Objects are not valid as a React child. Objects with keys, rule type, exif type. If you meant to render a collection of children, use an array instead. I think it somehow parses it wrongly, but I don't get why. So we don't have like these sub forms. They should be like in here, but they're not in there. And I do not get that. Like params. We don't have params here. How does get params in there? So, right. Can close that. Let's go back here. So it's an empty array, then we have an actual array. Come on. Like, I hate this, that I need to wait until it loads. So we have okay, it passes it just does it wrong, the JSON thing. Oh no. Okay, let's see. Config data and rules. No. Wrong browser. F5. So undefined, undefined, undefined. Then it crashes, so it does add params. That's so weird. What? Oh no. Okay, because it's a time extraction rule. And I think I used the time extraction rule to actually save that. Oh no, oh no, 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 no. Here we go, default rules, yeah. That's the issue, man. Oh no. We just want the JSON. Now I made everything small. Okay. No, and I don't want. Okay. Okay, let's save that. And then now I have to change that somehow. Oh man. Now it gets complicated. Well, actually it isn't that complicated. I will just remove the old field and add a new field, and then we're done. Okay, so remove field. And then migrations, add field. Okay. Okay, very cool. And then we will just call this datetime rules. And we will this here also only call that datetime rules. Okay. Okay, this needs to be saved. Okay, now it's complaining a lot. Shut that down. Fish, Libre photo. Okay. So that should now return something more sane. Do you now load faster? Yes. Bad gateways. He's really fast at that, but if you want to load localhost, nah. That does not work. "19. Change config datetime rules." Yes, awesome. Okay. It applied everything, so let's hope that it worked. Now I also know how to change the default rules. And I don't think that we will actually have like any big changes to it for a while, because again, it's a very niche feature. Yeah. All right, add configuring datetime extractor. And it's already building the index. Let's do this. Oh. Okay, so it doesn't crash anymore. But it also says undefined, yeah. So that's completely correct, because we renamed that to datetime rules. No, oh god damn it. Copy, paste, 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 and paste, and paste. Let's see if this worked. It seems that it hasn't. Okay, very interesting. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. I know why. Yeah, and he's also already complaining about that. Well. We need that in the actual model, right? So let's go to serializer and then look for config. Config. Yes, and then we can do just that. Very cool. So it should reload now. If I go now here, press F5, then we have actually something. If I go now here, we have titles, we have the ID, we can drag stuff around, but it doesn't apply yet. Awesome. Yeah, that's very cool. I think we can omit the ID. We don't need that, I think. Yeah, no, I'm happy that that works. This title is maybe a bit bad, and I still have to look a bit like about have to format that more nicely, but other than that it looks good. So if you want now to go to add rule, we actually want that okay, I don't get why we always get more rules. You want that these rules actually get also put there. Oh no, these are the same rules, I think. Yeah, okay, awesome. Yeah, I can just close that for now. All right. Let's go to config datetime. And then I go to no, that's fine. Model config datetime, right. So we actually set, no, I don't set anything here. I have to go here. All right, here we go. So these things are our rules. Implement getting items from the backend. So that's not too hard. We only have to expose the default rules as an API. Yeah, I think I still can do that. I'm tired again, but I can't. That's not too hard. So let's go to views and then go to, well, I think we have multiple like very small, yeah, like here, views, and we will just add another one. And call that not stat view, but default rules view. Right, and then I will just default, where's the user? Here we go. So I only need that function. Yep. Here we go. Right. Okay, very cool. And now we have the response, but we only have like the JSON, right? So let's check out how I did that before. Let's go to get count stats. That sounds great. Come on. What the hell is, like, I can't click on that. That's so weird. I hate this so much. get count. Yes. So it's an API util. So let's see. All right, I just put that into a JSON and then ship it. So I don't think that I have to do anything else then. Get default. Okay. So that should be enough. Retry as sudo. It's very annoying that I have to type that in every time I want to save. And I don't have to do this in the front end. Like, why? Please apply some kind of consistency here. And then we will add a new URL, I guess. In own photos. I still have to change that name. And let's put that to count. Stats. What was it called? Stats view. Here we go. URLs. Here we go. Stats view. Okay. Yes. No, I don't want to do that. Default rules. So retry as sudo. Okay. Okay, so now we should have a new endpoint. And then we can add two util actions, util user actions, a new thing where we fetch something. Get the default rules from the backend. No, it doesn't depend on the user at all. Yeah, basically correct. So very cool that that copy and pasting works so well. And I only need the other URL. Here we go. Default rules. Okay, like that, and then we have the data. Yes, I guess we could save that in the Redux store, but I think that's bad form. So so I think we should just return the data, but then I have to figure out how that could work, and I don't want to. So first of all, let's put the dispatch here. Okay, let's remove that. And then I will put that to user self details. Not that happy about that, but again. Okay, so user details and fetching user details and stuff like that doesn't... I don't know where it's used. It could be used where when we read the stats for the other users in the admin view. But I'm still very suspicious of it. Default rules, right? User action. I will just implement the base case for now. Return state. Yes. Ta-da! Very cool. So now I can go to the modal, and here we will just do why do I already have the user? That's weird. I want to have the default rules. Yes. Thanks. And I want a load default rules. Yeah, I don't want to do it like that. But it's always fun to see what he wants to do. So we want to take fetch default rules. And then I will just say, hey, import this. Unexpected token, what is happening? Am I stupid? Cannot find actions. Oh, okay. Like that. Oh, come on. Actions user, okay, that doesn't exist. So actions user actions, right? Okay, so okay, so and then we will just load the default rules, right? And we should only do this or just try it once when we start up and not every time, just because it's good form. So let's go to somewhere I have implemented that, because I always forget the way to write that. Thanks for that. Let's put that here. Like that. And then we will do fetch default rules. Very cool. And then I just have to import default rules. Right, and I can remove that. Choose a new rule, rules, and then I will add a rule. Rule. Yes, okay. Oh God, I didn't see the chat again. Like, I'm kind of lucky that I don't have anybody watching today. Yeah, I still don't have that down. Maybe it's just because it's too finicky. Like I always see like the other streamers using something differently. So there's something different. Okay, so attempted import action user action does not contain a default export. What the hell? Cannot find rules. That's also interesting because rules is definitely no. It's called default rules. Default rules. Very cool. And now that does not work. Do I have to do it in brackets again? Yes, I do. No. Ta-da! Okay, very cool. Okay, so let's check it out. Let's see if Brave loads up or not. Yes, it does. Very cool. So let's go to settings. And it crashes. Default rules.map is not a function. Oh, I see. Yeah, so default rules could also be nothing. So we should do it like that. If default rules something like that. Something like that. Yes, that was the notation. Okay. So if you're not empty, please map everything. And it still crashes. Why? Firefox. No, wrong side. Localhost. That does not load and that crashes. Why? So default rules.map is not a function. Okay, I will now just print out default rules. This should obviously be a default feature, right? If you say undefined or like, and it's like it has a parent, or if you say like, hey, this doesn't have a function, it's this, and that's way more helpful. But I guess it's difficult to implement. But that would increase speed by so much. So let's see. Right, we have an empty object, and I think all that happened was that it doesn't do anything. So this here did not work. Does this work? Please do not be an empty object. Wrong browser. F5. Okay, weird. So I need a short break, but I'm going to be back in a second. Alright, I'm back. So, default rules.map is not a function. Like, I get the error, but I somehow am not able to fix this. No. If. Yes. Yeah, no, it doesn't work like that. God damn it. How do I have to use this? Settings. I definitely remember using it like that. I don't even remember where we used that. Photos. Yep, here we go. Yeah, so it's just and then a bracket and then it works, usually. But it doesn't work there. Sortable item, model config. Maybe an empty object is true? I don't know. Seems very weird to me. But I mean, it's JavaScript, so that could be a reason. Oh no. Okay, it just removes that, and then we will probably get the same issue. Reloading, crash. Yep. Okay, so I guess let's just put it to undefined in the beginning. Yep, and that worked. Yeah. Because like checking for an empty object is probably like with equals or something, and I didn't do that the right way. So let's see. If I now go here, then it should load some rules, I think. Alright, so now I only get undefined. I don't get actually something in there. So the first thing to make it a bit more readable is to remove the other things. Yeah, here, and then console.log. Yep. I don't need you any longer. So I think I also have to pass the rules there, right? So let's do that. maybe I will also add that somewhere else. So let's see, reload. Now I get less issues. Oh, come on. Come on, please stop. Yeah, but still empty. Alright. So let's just ignore that for a second. Still have too many console logs everywhere. Yep, don't need that. Debugging, am I right? Console.log. Okay, so let's see again if it's less obnoxious. Yeah, that's better. A lot of undefined, amazing. So in order to debug that, I want to do a couple of things. The first one is to just check if the function gets called, right? So let's go to user actions, console.log. Yep. So that should happen. Then I will look into the reducer. And here we will print the payload, right? Action.payload. So also we could debug response, right? Because maybe we don't actually have like a data thing. And it's just a response because I haven't done that. That could explain that. So let's reload. Okay, so let's go up here. Okay, I don't see any logging. That's not good. Could you please log something? No, I don't think so. But I have added that, right? So, yes. F12. Oh, yeah, sorry. Network, and then I will reload. So let's see if we actually, here we go, default rules. We get an internal server error, so I haven't seen that. That explains a lot. User has no attribute. Man, and I'm debugging half of all the things here. Okay, so let's go to views. I just haven't seen that, crazy. So that should be user, apparently. But api.model.user. API models.user, okay. So views and then something like that. And I will probably just import that from up top. Yeah, okay. This class is too large. Default rules. Okay, and then let's retry that. F5. Yeah, it works. So now I just get a default rules.map is not a function. Hell yeah. So in order to fix that, we have to do some cleaning up to do. Same thing we did here. And let's put it down here. And save. All right. So let's see. Let's go down here. And it works. Very cool. Okay, so we now pull everything from the back end. Just have now to clean everything up. Yeah, so I think that was quite successful. I think I can push that. You can't change anything yet, but we can do this next time. Config datetime. And next time is probably on Friday. Not sure about that yet, but yeah. And then we will add like saving everything back. And that should be it, I guess. All right. Config datetime. Console.log. Very cool. Here's still an input ref. I don't know why this is in here. And like translation thingy. Yeah, but other than that, it worked great. Very cool. So let's go first to bash fish cd libre photos. And all right, we did a lot of changes that I can't really remember. All right, so we added the new view. That's that. We changed everything up a bit. So this is probably all the same thing. And I added new IDs, yeah, so that's the same. Oh, come on. That's how you know that I'm tired. Git commit. I don't think that these get actually applied yet, so we can just push that. Nothing will break, I hope. And then the next one, stage changes, git commit. Yep, and push that. And then we will go back to the past now, to the front end. Like, I also don't know why everything is now wrong from the layout. Come on, I didn't want to do that. Oh no, it just slips back like that. Okay. So right. These were two changes. So that's not a change we have to apply. The first change is that change here. So we now load the default rules. Git commit. And then I have to change these. Oh, that wasn't very atomic. That's why you don't push immediately. Git commit. Very cool, and I can discard that one. Okay, so I think we can also already push that. I mean, it's not done yet, but it's in quite a good condition. And I only have to change small things, I think. Like only removing and then saving it back, and that's it. And I have to change the serializer for that. Oh, damn, we have a bot. Whoop. Like, I don't even know what are they promoting. Like, it doesn't even make sense to me. Like, I just don't get that. Is it like an AI gone rogue? Don't know. So, yeah, I added that. I will add the saving on Friday, and that should be in the next release. And again, nothing will break. So, and the other part is already pushed. So, ready for review. Okay. I have to change that. Oh no. Why? So that's our feature thing. What have I changed? Top menu, side menu. I don't care about that. Selection action, slide box, login. I don't know. For me, the other one definitely looks more complete. Yeah, I will remove that. Okay, let's go. Okay, so that should have worked. No, why more merge conflicts? Search admin area list. Rules, here we go. So the rules are new, the rest isn't. And it's not correctly formatted. Oh man. So yeah, the toasts are new. Other than that, these are now 416. Now I want to look at the other thing. Locales, English, translation. $411, and that's, yeah, looks correct. Very cool. So let's see, the last one does not have a comma. So that should work. Let's go up, markers resolved, commit merge. Very cool. And now I will merge it in. The thing is, the longer like a pull request is outstanding, the more merge conflicts you will get. And as long as your work in progress code doesn't break anything, it isn't that bad if the code is actually together in the dev branch with the other code. So that's my general philosophy. I don't know if I'm correct with that. I should definitely be more strict about linting though. Oh man. Anyway, that's an issue for future me. I already have configured pre-commit, but I think it doesn't apply everything on pre-commit yet. So I probably have to define an alias for that or something. Don't know. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you like my videos, please leave a like. If you want to support my work, you can support me on GitHub sponsors. And if you found a bug, please leave a comment. And see you on Friday.